Okay, this is the second time that I have done this. I am just not good at this at all. I'm almost going to have to ask someone to start asking someone in the class to say, please start taping because I am consistently forgetting to do this. Okay, at this time, the class has been broken into three groups, and they are working on a children's book that they're going to create themselves that focuses on diversity. This is now showing in week 7. Now, if you were out today and you do not have a medical excuse or a death in your family, then you are not eligible to complete the group work today. So you will miss those 20 points. But I'm sure there'll be something else coming forward that you will probably won't even know that you missed the 20 points. But that is just the way it is. You have to be here in order to do the group project. Not unless you have a medical excuse or if you have a doctor's excuse, that's fine. But that, if that's not the case, then you just know you cannot complete that assignment. And you do need to email me if you have been out and there is some sort of reason I need to know about. I need to see an email. I have explained 2 assignments. However, I do not believe right now that I can pull them up for you to look at. Now, I will try, but I don't believe I can pull it up. I don't believe I can share. Well, looks like I can share. All right, I'm going to share this, and I'm going to just do this while. Yes, there we go. I'm going to share this page with you, and I'm assuming you can see it. But this is the first lesson plan you're going to find in week 7 that's now showing. It is RDE 454, Science of Reading. It is a read aloud assignment. You will take a book of your choice. It can either be a fiction or nonfiction book. And you will use the lesson plan here, the template that's provided, and you will do this in class with us. You're going to present this digitally to us in class. So you need to find a book that you can find that you can use digitally. That way that you can share it out. I'm not sure if we're not going to share it out in breakout rooms or what, because we've got so many in here. But the idea is you create the lesson plan and then you read the read aloud following your lesson plan. But you're going to do this in class. Okay. All right. And then you'll finish that and you'll get a grade on it. All right. The next assignment that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to go back in and share again. And let me make sure I've got this back in okay. The next assignment I want to share with you is the second read aloud experience. And we're about to share that out here with you. All right. This is the video read aloud, and it comes with guidelines and an observation form. This read aloud must be nonfiction. You will select the read aloud, but you're going into your classes that you work in your school system. You're going to select a group of children to read to, and you're going to film it. You're going to upload the film into this Dropbox. Then we will come to class, and again, we may have to go into breakout rooms, but we're going to view each other's videos. And we're going to fill out the observation form. Each of you will fill out the form on each other. And it is all explained here. And this is due March 29th. The read aloud lesson plan is due March 15th, which is after spring break. It's our next meeting before we get to after spring break. We'll come back and we'll go into our read alouds. Okay. So this is what I talked about with the students prior to them going into the breakout rooms. And I was, of course, negligent in not clicking the filming button, the taping of this course, recording of the course today. Again, I've messed up again. But this way, and I'm going to click on this right now to show that it is sharing out. Okay. So this begins our study, because what I explained to the students in the class is that up until this point, we have focused mainly on literature. We've talked about children's literature, we've talked about quality literature, we've talked about what is diverse in literature and how important that is for our children. Today's example is our creation of a children's book, which all of the groups are working on right now. We've talked about the different genres. We've talked about how these particular genres kind of reach different grade levels, and how a read aloud can really bring in a lot of information for students in terms of if you're trying to get them to expand their knowledge on subjects. A read aloud is a great place to start. Well, we've focused mainly on the literature aspect. And now the course is changing. We're hitting the 8th week, and in the 8th week, you're going to see a majority of the assignments that are, well, actually the whole module in week 8 will show on Sunday. And those are very heavy. It's very heavy laden with lots of stuff to read. You'll be reading a chapter out of this book right here that I shared with the students. Here it is right here. It's the multi-sensory teaching of basic skills, basic language skills. This is the encyclopedia to the 5 pillars of reading. You know, in 452, you were told to purchase this book. You may not have. You may have. I don't know. But I have made a copy of chapter 12, which you'll be working on in the upcoming week, and it is all about comprehension. And what I can say about this book to you is that this book is an encyclopedia of studies, of articles, of research that has been done on strategies that work within the 5 pillars of reading. You will see strategies in here for phonemic awareness. You will see them here for phonics. You will see them here for comprehension, and you will have information here on vocabulary. And so this course now is going to change modes. We were in the literature mode, and now we're going into what comprehension strategies work for children, what comprehension strategies really make a difference for children, all children. And I'm talking about those that have learning disabilities, those that have ELL issues. This book covers it all and gives you quite a bit of information to digest. Week 8 is very intense, and it is all self-directed. In other words, you have to go through each page of the module yourself and complete it and really digest it. And that's why the majority of the due dates are in March. So you have the week of spring break for the university is March 1 through 8. Well, I know that week you'll be teaching in your classes, because most of our high schools and school systems don't have spring break until the first week of April. So you are going to be in class with your classes teaching, and therefore you're going to feel weighted with that. But at the same time, Thomas University will not meet. We will not meet March 1st, and we will not meet March 8th. So today is the last day we meet before spring break. So we won't see each other anymore. I will see you on March 15th, which means you have all this time to digest week 8. I do not publish anything during the week of spring break. And I don't have anything being required of you of spring break. There may be something on, I don't even think there's anything due on the March 1st. But you have off that week for spring break. with the university. And so if you use your time wisely, by the time you reach March 15th, you should have all this completed. And it's not that much. It's one chapter and it's 2 articles. And so I hope that you will take advantage of each page of the module. I carefully placed this together. I have used this in my face-to-face class, and I want to tell you they were really taken back with the information that is provided here. And so I hope that throughout this module on the week 8, that you will begin to think in terms of how am I going, what kind of comprehension lesson plan am I going to draw up? And that will be the next step, is that you will see you will be required to put together a lesson plan on comprehension and use comprehension strategies. And so, with that being said, this is the first time you're going to see this information, maybe. Maybe you're already aware of it. That's fine too. Maybe it'll be a review. But nevertheless, this is your first attempt at reading through this information on what makes comprehension strategies and what kind should we be using in our classrooms. What comprehension strategies work well with the science of reading? Because we all know that all of our schools now are pretty much focused on the science of reading and what that looks like. So, and how do we go about teaching the 5 pillars using the science of reading approach? And so, what we hope here at Thomas University is by the time you finish all your reading courses, and you're almost done, you have one more in the fall, and I'll be teaching that. And by that time, you should have a very good idea of how to go about handling a class in a school setting where you're teaching reading on your own. And that's what this is all about. So this is my way of clarifying what is happening in class right now. Everyone is in a breakout room, and that's fine. That's what we want. And I will soon be. I gave people the entire time to work on this so that they could use as much time as possible. Although they really didn't have that much time, this assignment they're working on in class will be due February the 28th, and they'll have to do some work on this after class. But today I'm just asking for an outline, and that is it. That is our class today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you will find this useful. I noticed last time that we had class, I actually did not even tape this at all, and I never could find it. That was a nightmare. And I want to tell you that it does a transcript of the class, which I posted, and I found that to be even more helpful than the actual videoing of the class. So I will make it available to you so that you can see it in its entirety. Okay? All right, I'm going to pause now, and then we're going to let the students finish up, and they'll be coming back to class in just a few minutes. That wasn't very long at all. Okay, I think we're all back, and I have nothing else. Does anybody have any questions before we tie it up? Y'all good? Got a good idea?
Yes.
Great. All right. Go forth and be awesome. Email me if you have a question. I'll talk to you later.
I have a question, Miss Neville.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So you know I asked you about the annotated. I just want to clarify first before I start. So with the annotated bibliography, you want us to have the cited, the annotation, and then under that you want us to put everything you required on the slide for us? Okay, okay. Because I'm confused with all of that information.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
okay.
all that information would be just kind of block styled up under that citation.
So it's under, okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
do the citation for the whatever, if it's a poem or if it's a book, nonfiction, fiction, whatever. And then you have that citation. You're going to put that citation in your what we call APA format. And then under that, you would just like probably have maybe a double space, and then you would just list that information. But I would do it in a block style, like single line, not
Mhm.
double spaced. I would do single line, I guess, there. And I would create it like that.
Could I bullet point it? Like, or I'm saying, like, how would you want us to put the information under it? Can we
Well, I
bullet
would
point it
start
or
with this. Like if it says illustrator, I'd write the word illustrator and then I'd do colon and then I'd write the name of the illustrator.
okay,
I'd
okay,
use those prompts.
okay,
I'd use those prompts in my annotated bibliography just so I think it would be confusing if you didn't. So I would encourage you to use those prompts and then just answer the prompts, create a block style and then move to the next one. Long. In fact,
okay.
I thought that I shared a copy of a annotated bibliography, and I'll go back and make sure that I did. I thought I put it in there, but that's something good to look at.
You did. I seen. Was it the? I think I'm sure what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking
It
about.
may have been
Yeah.
in that video I did on the
Yes.
annotated bibliography.
Yes. It was.
Um, and I'll try to go back and look at that and see maybe I could pull it up. But yeah, that's what you want to have. Yeah, you're on the right track. But I
Okay.
would use, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using those prompts to explain. I
Okay.
understand what you're saying, but yeah, I would use them. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so
there's
much. I
no
just want to make
there's
sure.
nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you, JC. Did you have a question?
Yes, I have a dilemma.
Uh-oh.
So, when we're supposed to share out on March 15th,
Uh-huh.
that is my wedding day.
Well, we are not going to have that. We can't have you missing your wedding
And
day.
I
Don't worry
just
about it.
I just need to know what you need from me.
All we'll do is probably for you, and that is the day they're doing the read alouds in class.
Yeah.
What you'll do is you can do yours, you can tape yourself doing it.
Okay.
Tape
Okay.
yourself doing it. I'm just trying to think. Since you have a wonderful day ahead of you on your getting married day, I don't want anything to take away from that. Are you in a class? Are you in a classroom daily?
Yes.
Is it hard for you to tape your students if you did a read aloud with them?
No.
Just tape your students doing a read aloud, even though you're technically going to do that with the other one. Do it for this one, and then you'll be fine. And you just
You want
turn
me to
it
do it for
in.
both? Two
Yeah,
different
I do it for
ones?
both. I do it
Okay.
for both. That way you're covered. You've done it, and yeah, that's what I do. And you don't worry about not being here that day.
Okay.
How exciting!
Thank you. Actually, I also was going to tell you at some point that I teach with Miss Lynn Aldridge, and she
Oh,
and she asked me the other day. I'm not her para. I'm the other kindergarten para, but
are you kidding?
she asked me the other day where I was going to school at, and she was like, "Oh my word, do you know Amelia Snellgrove?" And I was like, "Actually, she's my professor." And she said, "You guys taught together, and y'all were such good
Yeah,
friends."
yes. Oh, I love her. Well, actually, I don't know if I shared that video with ECE 326, but there is a video of Lynn She did it for my EDU 626 class because it is just like ECE 326. But anyway, it's a master's level. But what I got Lynn to do, because Lynn is so
She's amazing.
awesome, but she does the the different seating.
Yep, the smart spots.
Yeah. And so I got her to go in and videotape her class. And listen, I have students that just go nuts over that video because it's so hard to do that. And so many principals, stick their nose up and say, we don't want you to do that. But see, she's where she can, and they love it. And so I got her to do, and they love that. So yes, I love me some Lynn. Oh my gosh. She taught my son kindergarten. She is near and dear to my heart. And
She's
I think
great.
she is a wonderful, fabulous, professional, absolutely off the chain teacher.
Yes, she is.
I
She
love her
is.
so much. I'm so glad to know that. Now, so you work at that school.
I work at the charter school.
Oh my gosh, you are in such a great place.
Yes. They've worked so much with me.
I know. And listen, it is just a great field. That is a great place to be in, because so many times in the public school era, you get hand slapped, you get this, just, it's so frustrating. And I feel like there you can really do what you need to do.
Mhm.
It's so much
Yeah.
more developmentally appropriate. Okay. Well, I won't
Okay.
keep you any longer, but I'm so glad you made me know that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right. Talk to you
you.
later.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.